This video here is to show you how to use the chain system to move containers. This is how you load with the chain. And the first thing that I want to show you is this chain. You need 4 chains, grade 70, 5/16 with a hook on it. The hook is grade 70 as well. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a 5/16 hook. You can use a 2-inch hook like shown here. And on the other end of the chain, there's absolutely nothing, because we're going to use these holes, which are the T-holes in the bed, to secure the chains. So 4 chains, 9 feet long. First thing we're going to do is put our bed back after backing up to the container. Now we put the winch in the free spool position. And the first thing we're going to do is hook the winch to the container. Now, very important, once the winch is hooked to the container, before putting your wheels in, you want to engage your winch back in the lock position and tighten your winch just to put enough tension on it to hold the container once the wheels are put in. That way it can only roll onto the truck and not back into, say, a home or back into a yard or somewhere where you don't want it. And always be careful not to step on the chains when they're on the bed, because they are slippery. We're going to put all 4 of our dolly wheels in and crank them up to the winching position. Now that all 4 of the wheels are cranked to the winching position, Scott's going to go ahead and winch the container onto the truck bed. Now, this is very important. When using the chains, the container is going to ride in the truck with the wheels in the upright position. As you can see, the container is not sitting flat on the bed, and Scott's going to take his first chain and hook it underneath into the back of the tube that you put the wheels in. pulls the chain tight, and it goes into the first hook. Second thing we're going to do is throw the chains underneath the back of the container in a cross pattern, and then make your way to the second side of the container in the front and do the same thing as you did with the other side. We're going to hook underneath, tighten the chain, and place into the T-hooks. Now that it's hooked on both sides, Scott's going to release the tension on the winch. What that does is places tension on the front chains. If they're not both having tension on them, that's okay, because it'll tighten up once we tighten our back chains. Now Scott's going to do the same thing underneath in the back, where he's going to hook the chains in the rear. And he's going to crisscross his chains in the back. These chains being crossed is going to tighten each side of the chains in the front. As you can see, they're both in the T-hooks in the back. And now Scott's going to have his binders. It's going to ratchet them tight. Now your container is secure. The last thing that he's going to do, especially on an empty container, is he's going to run a strap through the rear dollies. This is going to keep them from bouncing out while he's on the road. The strap is then hooked to the side rails of the bed. Ratchet tight. Next thing he'll do is put the bed into the transport position. And now your container is ready for transport. And one note that I want to make is now that we have all 4 chains on here, they're all secure, both front and back.